What is up, y'all? Welcome to another Wednesday night Q&A. What is up, everyone? Lay down, Dozer. Lay down. You don't need to get up. I got Dozer to where you guys can see him tonight, and he's wanting to move. It's like he knows it on. He knows it. You trying to get up and move, Dozer? Huh? Santa Claus. I need to dye my hair to where Mike doesn't think that I'm Santa Claus, I guess. I had a girlfriend one time say, you know, you should get some hair dye for that. I've got a friend that, her husband, he dyes his beard, and I'm like, no. Like, I don't, like, need to or anything. I've always thought growing up, the guys that did that, it looks weird. You know, like I had a boss one time that dyed his goatee, and it doesn't look natural. It looks weird, and I'm not about that. So, anyhow, hopefully you guys all have your questions ready, because I'm going to go to the chat. We got 15 people here so far. On this Wednesday night format, we go live for an hour. Dan's Fish usually goes live after me, and then I think I seen Fish Tropic in here. I saw him on a live stream a little bit ago, and I think he said that he's going live after me tonight too. So I like to keep my Wednesday night live streams to an hour. So we'll get right into it. I'm going to go here and see who all is here in the chat. All you cool people. Mob Guppy is here. What is up, Peter? Pam from 54 Punchy is here. What is up, Pamela? Real Thing for You Fish Tanks is here. Got my first weird text of the night. Let's see here. Charlie is here. What is up, Charlie? Nice to see you, buddy. I have been missing these Wednesday night events because I am taking a class. I'm skipping tonight because I have to get up at 3:45 tomorrow morning. Dang, I'm glad I don't have to. I've had issues getting up on time as of late. Like today, I woke up 17 minutes after my alarm. I don't know what is going on. Yesterday was like 20 minutes. Like, it's unlike me. So it's like kind of like what I thought this morning was, if we were fast forward a couple of weeks and the time was set back, I'd be really good. So I think when the time changes, I'm going to be alright. Okay. And then you guys all hung out in the chat for quite a while. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my goodness, you guys were here forever. Oh. Everybody was talking about tank sizes. I put a poll out for tonight, and it is, what is everybody's favorite tank footprint? I've got 5 different choices. I could have put more, because I think there's a 40-gallon long too that I really like. But I give you 5 different choices. Everybody go and vote on what your favorite tank footprint is out of the 5 tanks that are on there. Alrighty, let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Good Lord. Tampa Tom is in the house. Ain't no hurricane gonna stop me. What is up, Tampa Tom? Nice to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming, even though there's a hurricane in your neighborhood. Thanks, bud. Fish Tropic is in the house. He says meow. Digging that houseboat you're looking at, buddy. Looks cool. Dank Tanks is in the house. What is up, Dank? Long time no talk. I like how that last text I sent you, that's the second time I've sent that text to you in the last couple weeks, and you've ignored it both times. I just really like that. I don't know. You must not want to answer it, I guess. Strawberry Sprinkles is in the house. What is up, Strawberry Sprinkles? AJ from Turbo Fish is here. What is up, AJ? Snake with Braces is here. Hey, Jeffro, how are you? I'm doing good. The week is half over. I'm loving it. Insightful One Fish Keeping is in the house. What is up, Insightful? Learning to Fish Keep is here. Dang, live stream for me. Yeah, a lot of nights if you play your cards right, you can have them. Like on Monday nights, Joel from Corvus Oskin goes, then Bob goes, and then I go. And like tonight, right after I'm done, I think Jason from Fish Tropic is going, and Dan's Fish is going right after that. Can't think of anybody else that's going live tonight. But yeah, a lot of nights you can get on a live stream all night long. There is a Facebook page. Candy is not here yet, so that I know of, so I'll go ahead and grab it. There's a Facebook page. Let me find it here real quick, and I'll put the URL. It is called Livestream Aquarium Livestream Information, and they every day post on here who all's going live. So like if you are a live streamer, you can actually go message this page and they'll put your live stream information on there. And if you like the page, you can get notified when people are going live. So it tells the live lineup every day. So I posted that in the chat. I urge you guys to go like the page, because you'll never forget whenever I'm going live if you do. Jad Orsi is in the house. What is up, Jad? Nice to see ya. Youve Peterson is in the house. What is up, Youve? Mile High Plecos. Daryl Deemer is here. What is up, Daryl? Nice to see ya. Yeah, Dozer moves. The other night, right, whenever I stopped the live stream and I stood up, I looked back there and Dozer's standing there looking at me. Jeff Chambers says, cracking open a cold one with the boys. Dang right. What is up, Jeff? Tampa Tom saying hi to Dozer. Yeah. Wonders why dog never moves. Tells it to lay down. Yeah. Even if I didn't, all he's going to do is get up here right next to me and not let me move my chair. So if I let him get up and move over here, he's just going to lay down like he is over there. But he's going to be so close to me that I can't move. And during an hour, I've got to be able to move. Let's see here. Whoa. My chat just went nuts. What time is Dan going live? Dan goes live right after me. So I go live on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central. And Dan goes live at 8 p.m. Central. And that's every Wednesday. And then after Dan goes live, Friday Fish Packs goes live after him on Wednesdays. So yeah, I forgot about that. Friday Fish Packs, he's got Aqua Freak Funk Angel on with him tonight, so that'll be a good one. Chad Krotz is in the house. He says, hey, howdy y'all. YouTube is acting funky on my end. See y'all after reboot. Okay. Snake with braces. I finally managed to start a new fish greenhouse. I'll have to send you some pictures when it's done. Awesome. Corey's Aquatics is here. Hello, hello. What is up, Corey? Like last stream. LOL. Oh boy, dang. Oh dang. Let's see here. You're nuts. Hit that like button. Thanks, real thing. Okay, then I won't go live. Hello. John Bedker's in the house. He has a question. Any idea what kind of fish you're looking to get this weekend? Whatever you like. Yeah, and I still haven't filled out a form yet. And I know I've got plenty of stuff I can take. But then I get to thinking also, if I've got to be there at 9, I would have to almost bag up fish the night before, and I don't know if I'm going to bring anything or not. But I don't know what do they usually have, because right now I'm looking for some shellies. So if there's any kind of shell dwellers there, I might Booger Catherine stalagmites. Now I know what your text meant. Red Dirt Cichlids is in the house. Hello, my fish fam. What is up, Red Dirt? Nice to see you, buddy. I don't know why, but it's still saying that live stream health is low from YouTube. Mine looks good. I mean, my CPU. But it's going down and up, down and up. So hopefully you guys aren't buffering, but I bet you are. Alright, so anybody got any questions? I don't believe, of course I didn't look in the last couple of hours, I don't believe anybody put any on my Instagram. Dang. Nope. No comments. No questions anyhow. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I don't know, Dank. He did that 2 hours ago. I kind of liked that one. So on my story, there's a place to actually put answer or ask me a question. I kind of like that. But Dank was the only one that did it. 36 people. Hit that like. You're occasionally lagging. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Charlie asks, what is going on with the tubs? Well, the tubs are doing good. I'm able to hold temperatures even down into the low 40s. So, this weekend, I'm going to go buy another 300 watt heater for each one. Because now we're at, what is today, the 11th? Today's the 10th of October. And, like tonight, it's supposed to get down into the 40s again. The weather has been drunk here lately. I mean, there's been days where it's been hot and then cold, and then the last few days has been in the 80s, and today it started out high 60s, but then it dropped, and right now it's down high 40s, low 50s, and we've had like 10 inches of rain in the last week. You walk across the yard and it's like a sponge. So the winter tubs are going good. I think I'm going to be able to crack into November no problem. Jeff Chambers says, how many tanks before I start to look into a linear piston pump? I was really glad that I went and sent an email to Jimco, because the first time that I got a central air system, I was thinking I was going to have to do a linear air piston pump. I had 15 10-gallon tanks that I was going to set up, and that's what I wanted. That's what I thought I was going to get, you know, all the YouTube videos online. And Jimco, they are pretty much masters, so like, if, what are you stretching for back there, Dozer? Look at Dozer. But anyhow, Jimco are really awesome at not trying to oversell you. So I had what kind of pump I wanted when I went to them, and they asked me, you know, wondering what your setup is. And I was like, well, I'm going to do sponge filters. They're like, you know, you're going to need it to be low flow, yada, yada, yada. And I am pleased. I got a diaphragm pump. And it's a step down from a linear air piston pump, but it is a really tough son of a gun. It is strong. It's more than what I needed, but not way, way more than what I needed, and it's by no means under what I needed. And that's the same thing that I did in here, and they're whisper quiet. You cannot hear those things at all, but it's like the top of the line. It's like those little air pumps that you buy at the store on steroids times like 1,000. And the thing I like about it is it's one thing that's plugged into the wall. You know, like all of these things that I've got going on right now, I think I've got like 12 of the outlets out of the 18 in use right now. And I don't even have any of these tanks on it yet. I'll do that later. But all 12 of those would have to have at least 6 pumps, you know, at least 6 of the double pumps to be able to do it. And it's only got one thing plugged in instead of 6, and that's if you get 6 of the double pumps. Let's say you did 12 of the single pumps. I mean, that's 12 things plugged in. So I'm all about, if you have a bunch of tanks in one room, even if you've got 10 tanks or less in one room, get a hold of Gemco, tell them what you're, you know, using the pump for, and they won't oversell you. You know, the linear air piston pumps were probably another $150 more than what I paid for. I think I paid $140 for mine, and I got an 18 outlet manifold with mine. And then the first time I bought off of them, I bought like 100 foot of the silicone tubing as well, and I got tons of it left. And it was really cheap. It was like 20 bucks for 100 foot of that stuff. And that stuff is nice. The blue silicone tubing. Let's see here. Video is frozen, but sound is good. Uh-oh. Hopefully it's still not that way. Mannequin challenge, bro. Oh, great. It's moving on my end. Welcome back, Jeffroz. Whoa. Okay, so are we back or not? Okay, so we're back. Alrighty. Fish Tropic says, Jeff, what are your future plans for the fish room? Well, I would like this winter to get my basement all completely taken down and put some fresh paint up on the walls and on the floors and clean up all the cobwebs, get rid of a bunch of stuff that I don't need, and then maybe start out by the tank rack that I've got in my dining room, move it down there. And I'd kind of like to, whenever I do that though, start a continuous drip, like auto water change type system. That's what I'd like to do. I did miss a super chat while I was gone, and it is from Chad Krotz for $9.99. I'm back, and Reboot seems to have solved the issues on my end. Wish temps here in North Carolina would start coming down. Yeah, tonight, I believe here, it's supposed to be down into the 40s for sure. I've got some plecos on their way to Corey that was here in the chat a little bit ago, and he lives in Indiana, and I shipped him out yesterday. I think they're going to get there tomorrow. Right now, they're saying on tracking Friday, but I hope they get there tomorrow because I think Indiana is supposed to get like high 30s overnight Thursday night, and yeah, I'm hoping that they get there tomorrow. Rob93 Aquatics is in the house. What is up, Rob? Nice to see you, buddy. How many LPM is that pump you got? Shoot, I could probably out on an email here because I can find out what the model is real quick. Let's see here. Where's my search box now? Okay, Gemco, Jehmco. It is okay, so Sorry. Okay, here it is. Come on, open up. Yeah, I don't know why I keep freezing. Okay, diaphragm air pump, 20 to 30 liters per minute, 23 watts. I'm going to shut down all these other things because I think that's what's making me freeze, maybe. Now I'm buffering. Okay, so I'm back on. YouTube's stream health has been low ever since I started. It never did get in the green. And my numbers on my end are within normal limits. Lagging. Must be me, but lagging a lot. You are going on and off, Jeffro. Dang it. I've got 46 people here. If I shut it down, I lose a lot of people. So I think what I'm going to do is try to grudge through it here. But like, I'm looking at mine right now and I'm froze. 49 people watching. And I'm locked up. Okay. Guys, 52 watching. I just broke a record. I hate stopping this thing because if I stop it and start it back up, but I am froze completely up on my end. I'm watching it on YouTube and it is froze. Okay, I am gonna stop it and then start it back up. I know it stinks because I got 52 there. Live stream health. Okay, so now we should be good. Good, good, good. Okay. I just had a commercial. Oh no, that stinks. Learning to Fish Keep says, Punchy, I thought I was subbed to you. I'm sorry. I was wondering why I haven't seen you in a while. LOL. Mad Fish Diva says, kinda. Man. I think I'm going to have to stop it and restart it, guys. And I don't know why. It's aggravating. I did reboot my computer tonight, too. I've been doing it before every live stream. And it really stinks, too, because I've got 51 people watching. And every time you stop a stream, you lose people. People don't come back. All right, I think I'm live again, and lo and behold, the YouTube stream health is green. So what is up with that? It still shows that we've got 46 people watching, but on my end, I guess I haven't got to the 15 seconds yet. But better for me now. Select Pet is here. What is up, Select Pet? On my end, it looks like it's still buffering. But my stream health is good and my computer health is good. My computer health is really nice. So I don't know what is going on. Looks good now. It's still going for me. Should be good now. Okay. So does anybody have any questions for me? Ay, ay, ay. How about them Bears? Well, my 16-year-old son is a Bears fan. And they picked up an awesome defender this year. Khalil Mack is amazing. And seems like in the first 4 games, or the first 3 games, he had 4 sacks already. I don't know where he's at now. The last one that I saw, who's the butt fumble guy? He sack fumbled him, and then they ran it back. Like, Khalil Mack is amazing, and my son's actually excited about football again. He's kind of like me. I'm a Cowboys fan, and we've had so many off years that whenever they got this new younger group going, it's been a lot more exciting to watch. Now this year we're stinking it up really bad, but my son has went through quite a few years of a slump. You know, he's a big time Bears fan. Yeah, it's coming and going now. Really stinks. Angelo's Fish Tanks is here. What is up, Angelo? I had 52 people here, and the stream has been crap for the last probably 10 minutes now. Carbon really is in the house. What is up, Carbon? Nice to see ya. Let's see, who else snuck in here? Thanks for the super chat, though, by the way. I believe it was Chad that gave me the super chat. Hang on a second here. Yep, Chad Krotz with the super chat. Thanks very much. It is definitely better now, Jeffro. Thanks, Pam. I'm glad. Jeff Chambers is a 49ers fan. Yeah, they've had some slumps this year, too. That was the 49ers that the Bears were playing, wasn't it? That's who it was. Yeah. The Raiders really messed up letting him go. Joseph from JH Aquatics is here. This is where all the cool people are. I had 52 watching, and my stream started buffering so bad that I was froze, and I had to restart it. And of course, anytime that you're doing a stream and you've got a lot of people there, if you stop it and start it back, you lose people. I mean, it's just, it is what it is. I lost 17 people. I mean, 52, I think 50 or 51 was my record, and I had 52 people here at one time, and I didn't even share it out tonight. So, that's a great number, and it had to start buffering. It's still pretty good for me with sound, but you're a little blurry, but no buffering. Dang it. And it's the YouTube stream health, too. It stinks. I was hoping to get rid of all of these problems over a month ago or so. I hardwired my computer. Up until then, I had been always going off of the Wi-Fi because I'm so close to my router. And I was having some buffering going on, and someone in the chat said, you definitely got to go hardwire. You definitely do. And I did, and it's been better, but I would say probably 3 or 4 streams in the last couple or 3 weeks have done this. It's usually after I've been going live for an hour, though, it starts doing it. So it's almost like YouTube is saying, you little YouTube channel, you can only have 1 hour of good streaming, and then after that we're going to buffer you down a little bit. That's what it feels like, because it's almost 9 times out of 10 after I've been going for an hour. Select Pet says, question, thinking on adding barrels of water to my fish room will help with temp regulation on the room. Question. I don't see how it would hurt. Yeah, I don't see how it would hurt. I didn't really have a whole lot of problems this summer. You know, this room was a little humid, but I don't have a dehumidifier, so I could have probably used a dehumidifier in here. But the biggest reason why it was not as cool in here was because I don't have an air conditioner in this room anymore. I did have one in this room right behind that tank over there, but I pulled it out because that tank I don't have a heater on, and I was afraid with the air conditioner in the window right there that it would just make that tank too cold. Hang on a second. This guy from my work is texting me. He's like, what are you doing? I'm still working. I'm like, I'm live streaming. Okay. Let's see. Where are we at here? Boo boo boo. Jeremy's here? Oh, Jeremy. Jeremy Fryer is here. What is up, Jeremy? Nice to see you, buddy. Keith Boardley says YouTube has been having some major issues. I know a couple of my others that I'm subscribed to have had issues as of late too, and like Joel's one of them. Now the last 2 streams that I've been on of his, it hasn't done it, but last week 2 live streams that I was on his, it had a repeat thing where it would repeat, and it would only happen every once in a while, and his streams are usually perfect, you know. And Bob Steenfott, he never buffers ever. I mean, his is exactly perfect. And I thought after hooking in my hardwire here that I would not ever have any problems either. And for the first like 5 or 6 live streams after I hardwired it, I never did. But like my whole live stream ever since I went live is in the red on the YouTube end. And my output is way above good limits. Like I'm doing good on my numbers on my end, which makes me angry. Just got home from work, chilling with the dog. Yep, Dozer. You guys might not even be able to see him with it being as blurry as it is. Dozer. He's ignoring me. Dozer's right there. Dozer, what are you doing? What are you doing? Doing what he does best. YouTube issues, yeah, a bunch of beer people wound up on Rob's stream by mistake. Yeah. Heather Nielsen is here. What is up, Heather? Hi, just stopping by to tickle the like and show some love. Can't stay. Hope everyone has a good night. Thanks a lot, Heather. I really appreciate it. Nice to see you. Yep, Dozer the stuffed dog. Yeah, the other night I couldn't get him to move for nothing, and I stood up right after the stream, and there he was, standing right up, looking at me like knowing that I was done. He's kind of sad. He wants to be over here by me, but if I have him over here by me, he won't let me move. And there's not much room to move around in here these days. Slick Pet says, working towards making the fish room have no intake heaters, but is around 65 down there without heat all year. Yeah. Whenever I do start setting up my basement, I'm going to get one of those natural gas hang on the wall supplemental heaters, because my basement does stay cool year round. Now sometimes in the summertime it gets a little warm down there, but I would say it never gets over 68 in the summer. Excuse me. So I would say I'd probably be okay in the summertime, but in the wintertime it definitely gets cold down there, and I would have to do a little bit of supplemental heat. So I would block off one side of my basement. You know, basically what I need to do is I've got a bunch of old metal. I've got a bunch of scrap that I need to get rid of down there on the one side of the basement, and a bunch of rearranging, get rid of some old sports equipment from the kids when they were little, from baseball and all kinds of little things like that. Get all that out of there, and then move my deep freeze to that side, and just, you know, downsize a bunch of stuff. You know, I've always felt like if you don't use it for a year, get rid of it, because you're not going to use it anymore. So that's what I need to do before I move down into the basement. But like, I'm the same way. Ever since I went to Jeremy's at Sergeant Tank, I have changed up my thought process on a lot of things. I used to try to keep all my Pleco tanks really high, you know, 78 degrees, and since then I've really started backing down on the heat, you know. Like this tank right up here does not have a heater in it, and I've got plecos, guppies, and shrimp in there. And the tank stays at room temperature all the time, and it's close to a window. But in my defense, that window is a really good PVC sealed window. Like it's really insulated, really good. So no air comes in that window at all. So, but this one down here, I keep the heater turned down to like 72, and I never see it on. You know, and that's one thing about it. I've tried to back down my heat on all of my tanks. All right, Mad Cypress. If I didn't say hi when you came in, what is up, brother? Nice to see you. Anybody got any questions? We're down to 32 people watching. 20 people dropped off. YouTube has... Oh, I already read that one. I have 23 tanks, and I think they are helping heat my house. Yeah, definitely. I know that mine do too. I don't... Okay. It's still pretty good for me. Okay. Alright. So, I am completely caught up in the chat. Yeah, humidity keeping it warm. Definitely. By the way, Jason, if you didn't hear me earlier, the houseboat, I hope you do for sure get it. It sounded like in the last little video on Instagram that you was for sure getting one. That thing looked beast. Man, that would be awesome. Get on one of those lakes and just forget about everything. John Badcrew says, you going to shoot any footage at the auction? I don't know. I could probably always bring my camera and, you know, maybe feel things out first, I guess. I don't know. What kind of event place is it at? Is it just like a little, you know, 10 tables? Is it like a little small building, or what is it? Keith Bordley says, anyone have issues with blackbeard algae? I had blackbeard algae one time, and it was in this little tank down here, a little 30-gallon. And it was attaching to my heater, and it was attaching to the output of my hang on the back, so where the actual fountain part comes out. And I manually removed it, and I had to do that like 3 times over like a month period. And after that, it was gone, and it never came back. And I don't know really what caused it. And I've never had it in any of the other tanks. I've got a bunch of green hair algae right now. You see that piece of driftwood right there? That thing has got like 3-inch long green hair algae all over it. And really what I need to do, since I've got another chunk, a great big chunk of driftwood in there, I need to just take that out and just peroxide the far out of it is what I need to do. Because it is a piece of Malaysian driftwood, and it's got like 3 inches of green hair algae all over it, just everywhere. And it was in this tank right there for like the last 4 to 6 weeks, and that guppy grass is what caused it, I think. Oh, it's at Hiawatha, John? Oh, that is much better. I was thinking that it was at Davenport. If it's at Hiawatha, that's a lot closer to me. Maybe I should get busy. Today's Wednesday. Man. Maple Street Aquatics is here. What is up, Maple Street? Nice to see you. 80 to 120 people. All right. Let's see here. Jason says, yeah, in the spring, weather is too wonky right now. Yep, definitely. fish tanks are good for cold climates, great for humidity. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, um, the more and more tanks that I got, um, prior to having this many tanks, I had always had dry problems in my house in the wintertime. With all that cold air outside, every time you walk across the floor, you know, like if you'd go touch anything, you would just shock yourself. And it got to the point where, I mean, it was like, I mean, real loud, hard pops, and it just hurt, you know. But last winter, I didn't have that problem. My house didn't get too dry at all. Insightful says I have blackbeard algae all over my 60-gallon tank. Yeah, I just manually removed it is what I did. And it never came back. So I guess I got lucky because green hair algae, if it's connected, like I've got some in one of my 40-gallon breeders that's connected to the very top, this close to the water line on a piece of Mopani, and it's at a real porous part of the wood, so it's like really set in really good. And no matter how hard I try to remove all of it, it just never all completely comes off. So really, on the green hair algae, the only really true way, once it gets set in really good on something, is peroxide. Fish Out of Water Aquariums is here. What is up, man? Sack of potato skins. Oh, my fishy friends. Let's see here. Maple Street Aquatics says, Jeffro, is that tank above your head at 4 foot or 6 foot? 48 inches long, so 48 inches long by 10 inches tall by 24 deep, I think. Ay, ay, ay. But could just do the Rapacia calcium. So was Punchy asking a question? Yep, that's what I do mine too. So Jeff Chambers says peroxide works great on blackbeard algae. I kind of figured that, but I had never tried it before. I didn't have to. Let's see here. Okay. Mom Guppy and Tampa Tom both rejected. Hawaiian Peacock is here, just liked. Boom. Aloha, brada. Aloha to you too, man. Thanks for stopping in. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. Jeff has blackbeard algae all over his face. Also, hit that like button. I can't believe I missed that one. Oh, I was looking at videos last night because I'm kind of ahead on my videos, and I had a bunch of videos done where I even had the intros and the outros done. So I've got some videos coming out where my beard is still big, and I was like, dang, I wish I wouldn't have messed that up. So next time I am going to be super careful with it and just let it grow. Like I've already started, like I don't know if you can see, but I'm going to let it grow out pretty good this winter. I'm going to let the mustache go too. What's the matter, Dozer? You can come see me? Come here. You can come here and see me? Oh, don't do too much back there, Dozer. Dozer, you can come here and see me? Oh, you come here and see me? You come here and see me? Oh, it. He's like, where am I? Where am I? Oh, don't overdo it, Dozer. Oh. You gonna come here and see me? You come here and see me? Oh. Where you going? No, Dozy. Come here and see me. He straight up left the room. Wow. Dozer straight up left the room. Jeremy from Sergeant Tanks with the $2 super chat. Hashtag Chicago Meetup. Yes, that is, and I really need to get a hold of you too, because we need to kind of start promoting that, because I have a lot of people that are subscribed to me that are in Illinois. And then I got a friend on Facebook, I think on YouTube, he's Nick the Dick, I think. But he's up in northeastern Iowa, so that'd be easy for him to go to. But that first weekend in November, we're going to meet up west of Chicago somewhere. But that's why I need to get with Jeremy so I can start promoting that, because that is going to be a lot of fun, actually. So thank you for the super chat, Jeremy. I really appreciate that. And welcome to the live stream. Dan's Fish, can't wait for the stash. I'm seeing some pointy wax in your future. Yeah, you know, a couple of years ago I did that. I mean, my mustache got to where it was really, really huge, and I had to get some wax to actually get it to lay down whenever I would go out somewhere nice and you want it really looking good. So I do have some wax. I need a dozer cam. I really do need a dozer cam. That would be cool, actually. John Bedker says, I kill blackbeard algae using 3 millimeters hydrogen peroxide per gallon. It turns red after 24 hours. Then the fish eat it. Repeat if necessary. It's never killed any of my fish. Not saying it couldn't, but hasn't for me. Yep. I remember watching a video that Corey did where there was this guy that was talking about he does that too. And it probably would work with green hair algae too, but like I said, with this one, you know, all I got to do is just put it in a bucket and pour a bunch of peroxide on it. You know, shake it off really good. There's no shrimp in there, but shake it off really good. Barbara Jackson says, hey Jeffro, is there a pleco small enough for a 20-gallon tall? Do they need to be in groups like Corey's? They do not have to be in groups like Corey's, but there's a couple of different options. There's probably more than just a couple of different options, but one pleco that's pretty cool that stays really small is the clown pleco. The only issue with the clown pleco is they like to stay hidden all the time. So what I would recommend is maybe get you a bristlenose pleco. They've got all kinds of different colors. They've got your standard chocolate ones. They've got, you know, albino short fin and long fin. They've got albino blue-eyed. They've got super reds, short and long fin. Then, you know, you've got the starlight. There's tons of them. You could get a really, really nice one, and you can have just one. They don't have to have, you know, multiples or anything like that. Get them a cave, you know, like those little terracotta watering spikes. Get them one of those to where they can cave up if they want to. And, you know, like with my plecos, I feed them green beans once a week. And then, you know, you can do the algae wafers. You can do, you know, pleco pellets. I've got a video actually coming out in a couple of weeks that has my top 5 favorite pleco foods on it. So yeah, the clown plecos are nice. I've got one, and it stays hidden all the time. I've got it in a tank that has a sponge filter, and it is underneath the sponge filter at all times. Maple Street Aquatics handlebar mustache for the win. JH Aquatics says increased water flow does wonders long term on blackbeard algae. That's cool. Select Pet says move the Chicago meetup to southern Indiana and it's a few hours for me. Yep. Oh, Pam says I hate wax mustaches. The only time I've ever done the, you know, the handlebar look is just to goof off whenever I'm actually at the house, goofing off and stuff. I've never went out into public with it, but you know, my mustache actually goes down into here quite a ways. And in the wintertime, this part, I mean, I could bring it out like this, you know, but whenever I have to wax it, it's because some of this hair just gets to where, I mean, it will just bush way out, you know, and everything. So you just got to wax it to where it will lay down, and it's not the same as the handlebar stuff. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Are so redneck. I'm pretty redneck. I'm about as redneck as they come, Pam. Hawaiian Peacock says he just got into guppies lately. The past week, he's had the guppy fever. There's some nice guppies out there. I've got 2 tanks that have guppies in it right now. And this tank up here, the females are really, really pretty. I mean, the males are pretty too, but the females are like half black. But on certain light, it looks like a black that has some blue in it too. So they're pretty nice. And then the males, you know, they're half black. It's not Dumbo ear. I always forget what it is. That's panda. They're panda guppies is what they are. And they're throwing out pretty straight. And they're actually mutts, but they're throwing out straight. So, yeah, I like guppies too. I'm more into endlers than anything. I got like 5 different, actually I've got 6 different endlers now. And I'll have to talk about that at a later time on the 6th one, but yeah. Maple Street Aquatic says I'm redneck from the core. Yep. I actually have not lived in the country since I was 14 years old. My mom and dad moved into town when I was 14. They raised me out in the country. And I mean, like, we lived 13 miles from a town, and probably 5 of those miles was rock road. And you know, if I needed to go into baseball practice in the summertime, I had to go set my dad's meat shop while he cut meat for like 4 or 5 hours before baseball practice. It wasn't like I'll come get you and take you to baseball practice. It was like you got to get up at 4 with dad and go into town to work and sit with him for 4 or 5 hours, and then he'll take you to baseball practice. It's like, dang. Madfish Diva says Jeffroz with the afros mustache. Yeah, I am gonna let it get all wild. About 3 weeks ago, I took my beard from like down in here somewhere, and it was an accident. I was trying to block it up because right in here, this was all grown way out to the sides, and I don't like that. I like it to look blocky, you know. I've grown some really nice beards in the past, and I was blocking it up, and I had this side perfect, but right here was still puffy. So I turned my scissors and I started doing this, and I got way up into here, so I had to trim it all down, and right now I'm hating it. Rob93 Aquatic says endlers are fire. Yep. Like I said, I got 5 different 5 different types. I've got some red bars, I've got some black bars, I've got some lime greens, I've got some blue stars, and then I've got some rainbow tiger endlers. But then I've got another type that has came out from there. I got another type that has came off of the red or the rainbows that I've pulled off and started specifically trying to breed them. That isn't necessarily probably going to be a different strain, but there's enough of them that came out of that tank that I think it's going to be a different color morph. So I'm kind of excited about those. Dank has been having them too. I'm kind of keeping mine secret because I've got a female that's pregnant right now that I want her to throw her fry and see if they all turn out that color, because if they do, that's good news. That's awesome. If they don't, I might have a project ahead of me. I might have to start culling and culling and culling and culling and culling. But I've got a bunch of them up in here, but this isn't my project tank. I've just got them up in here separated. But I've got a project tank where I've got a male and a female, a really nice male and female. and they're a type of rainbow tiger antler, but they're just different. And I'm keeping it a secret because I want to make for sure that it's going to be throwing straight before I start making a video about it. So, yeehaw! But yeah, I love antlers. Petsotics is in the house. What is up, Petsotics? Dan's Fish says, reminds me of Seinfeld episode when Jerry accidentally trims off all his chest hair, seeking symmetry in the is the enemy of beards. Yes, that is exactly what it was. Like, basically, when you're trimming your beard, this beard hair actually kind of grows down into here, and that, like, you got to be careful. So, like, lots of times I trim from there up and keep it kind of short. But if you start messing with this beard hair, that's part of your length, and you can really mess up. Well, this hair was kind of fluffed out really bad, and I was trying to, I had it all blocked really nice, and everything was done. I could have just left it alone, but this, and it's still, over here, is still fluffed out a little more than what I like. But I'm trying to leave it alone and get it grown back out. But yes, definitely. Seinfeld, they don't make shows like that anymore. It was a good show. Rob says, both of my antlers, one black bar antler and a blue star antler, jumped out, both males. Yeah, I had a trio of blue star antlers, and the female, I think, because I couldn't find her anywhere. I couldn't find her in a tank next to it. I couldn't find her on the floor. I don't have lids on that tank, but because I had so much guppy grass in there, I doubt that they're going to jump. But I think what happened is I must have accidentally netted her out with the duckweed on the top. So I've got to be more careful whenever I'm netting out duckweed. So I had to replace them. I've got it all fixed now. Barbara Jackson says, how many generations does it take to clean up an antler or guppy line? Well, it kind of depends. Like, if you really wanted to have a straight line, you could take some females out and you could do what's called cleaning them out. And I forget, it takes about 6 months to do, but it's like 4 to 6 different sets of babies that they'll have in that 6-month period to clean them out, to where, because they hold the fertilization. So like, even if you put a different male in with that female, like 4 or 5, maybe 6 different fries will still have that last male that she, was with. So in order to really be sure, you can take a female, every once in a while I take some females out and I do a clean out. And then whatever male you put in there, he's straight, so technically it should be a straight line. That's what I do. Whenever, and Lucas does that way too. Whenever he wants to really start getting something straight, he'll pull the females out and he'll clean them out. He's got a tank pretty much all the time going like that. Mike from Mile High Pleco says, my wife says you talk about your beard more than the fish. How do you know? You ain't even been here, have you? I haven't seen you since it started buffering. Dank Tank says beard. I think somebody asked me about it, so I said something about it. I try not to bring it up. Actually, I don't. I don't even think about it. I lost my puffers, Rob. It stinks. That sucks. Bad batch. That stinks. Select Pet says, Mile High Plecos, it's a grooming stream. Oh, okay. We are at the 1 hour. I don't see how that's possible, so we'll go for another minute because it's not 8 for another minute. So we are down to the end here, guys. I can't say that it was a good stream. Just got home. See you in Dan's stream. Thanks, Candy. At one time we had 52 people here, but my stupid stream was crashing, so that kind of stinks. So hopefully hopefully I can get this figured out before next time. But thanks for coming tonight and hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of the week. We'll see you again here Saturday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Peace out, y'all.